Now, you may remember my video from just last week where the police had been cracking down quite hard on people, pulling people over, asking them where the destination is, show proof and checkpoints, policed by both the police and the military. The College of Policing said basically this was going too far. They called for the police to back down. And there was a slight obeyance of that, in that they did start to back down. But then you see stories coming out again and again of where they are enforcing this in a heavy-handed way, interpreting the rules in the very own way that only a policeman or policewoman could. It's been ridiculous. Anyway, just as we thought that things were possibly improving, the police are fighting back. This is a story in The Guardian. Police chiefs call on number 10 to tighten UK lock. I'll be locked up. UK coronavirus lockdown. Easter weekend will be a major test of compliance, say forces, as they encourage public to report breaches. So there they go again with the grasses. And we know we've got them amongst us. Police chiefs want the government to consider toughening coronavirus lockdown restrictions. Toughen restrictions that already make you stay in your own home unless you have a very good reason to leave it. What would they like to be toughened there? What exactly? This is the move, and I warned about it 2 days ago, where they're going to ban outdoor exercise. But anyway, we'll go on. The Guardian has learned, love that, has learned from where they never say, as they head into Easter bank holiday weekend with concerns that a growing minority will flout the rules. Well, if they do, police already have the powers to enforce, so what more powers are they asking for? More stringent restrictions to prevent people driving long distances are among options supported by at least 5 chief constables who want enforcement action to be bolstered by clearer and tougher government curbs. Other options including using legislation to enforce the order to limit exercise to once a day. So are they saying then that you're not only allowed out once a day for exercise? Because that was my understanding. No time limit on it. And that will be the next thing they're asking for, a time limit on how long you're outside. And then they'll pull it back even further by saying, well, you've some people have flouted it, so we're removing it for everybody. It's it's not good, this. It really isn't good. Police have sent speed and traffic camera data to the government showing that road use in some areas last weekend was up nearly 10% compared with the previous weekend. Compliance with lockdown restrictions imposed on the 23rd of March is still high. However, with a minority ignoring it to take walks or exercise their dog far from home, sometimes in groups. Well, if they're in groups, you already have the powers to do something about that. What they don't have the power to do is to stop you driving somewhere to walk your dog. And this is what a lot of people have to do. I'm lucky where I live. I'm surrounded by beautiful woodlands, beautiful countryside. The scenery around me is amazing. I'm blessed. There's a lot of people that aren't in that fortunate position. A lot of people who don't even have gardens. Think about people who live in blocks of flats or apartments, whatever you want to call them. They have no garden. These things are very small. If you've got kids in there, you're all on top of each other. These are the people that are being hit the hardest. There's lots of homes in the UK that don't have gardens. I'm blessed. I'm lucky. I've got a beautiful garden at the front, nice driveway at the, driveway at the front, and a beautiful garden at the back. Me and all the neighbours around here, we've spent quite a bit of time in our gardens, and that's easy for us to do. If you're stuck in a flat, and it's going to be a big problem in places like London, big city centres. They need to go outside of their property to be outside, or they can stand on a concrete balcony. I mean, is this what we're reducing people to? It's not on. It comes as forces create online forms for the public to report potential lockdown breaches. One announcement of the new system from Cambridgeshire Police met with backlash online. I cannot express strongly enough how thoroughly revolting this is, said one reply with over 100 likes, while another read, they just don't realise the only thing they are doing is turning the law-abiding public against them. And they really are. They really are. This is going to backfire so much. Others welcome the move. The sheeple, the ones that stand outside clapping. The Metropolitan Police and forces including Greater Manchester, West Yorkshire, Avon and Somerset and Kent all offered a similar online service. Cambridgeshire Police said, like other forces, we're urging people to use common sense. Please only use our online form if there is a significant issue or breach. This may be a large gathering or group of people repeatedly ignoring the restrictions. Well, we've seen the police enforcing on a single person sat in a park, so they're trying to sound reasonable, but nothing about this is reasonable. With warm weather expected over the long weekend, everybody's on a fucking permanent weekend at the moment. This is what gets me as well, the mentality of these people in charge. They keep saying, oh, we'll be watching out this weekend for people flouting it. Nobody's working. Everybody's lost their fucking jobs. All these businesses have been shut down. You get the idea of what they're doing. Now, I talked about spotter planes in a previous video, and I've seen and heard them about myself, but there's also military planes going about. Don't worry, there's reassuring stories in the press about this though. This is why a huge military plane was flying around Manchester today. And that's somebody's home video that they filmed it on the phone. Bloody huge military plane going over. I've seen a few. The RAF has been taking advantage of quiet skies and runways to conduct a training exercise in Manchester this afternoon. A number of Manchester Evening News readers have been in touch to say they spotted a large military aircraft landing and taking off at Manchester Airport and doing loops in the surrounding area for several hours. With clear sunny skies, I will show you these clear sunny skies by the way. These are the ones over me. Beautiful, beautiful weather. It's Manchester. With clear sunny skies, lies, and many at home because of the coronavirus lockdown, people across Greater Manchester reported seeing the plane. Inquiries reveal it was a C-17 Globemaster from RAF Bryce Norton in Oxfordshire. It left its base at 2:45 p.m. this afternoon and headed directly north, performing a number of touch-and-go manoeuvres at Manchester Airport and then heading out in different directions. Well, I'm sorry, but is this necessary travel? Is the I mean, we're told we can't even leave our homes unless we've got a very good excuse to. Well, what's the excuse that these planes need to be flying in the sky? Training? Training for what? Touchdown and takeoffs at Manchester Airport for what? Do they need to learn how to land and take off again? How inexperienced are these pilots? When something doesn't add up, you're being lied to. There's lots of planes still in the sky, as you can see from flight radar. And some of them are doing very interesting patterns. There's lots of helicopters up at the moment. They don't state destinations or anything, but look at this plane here on a strange path. Taken out from near Shrewsbury, doing circles, and this one, same again, taken out from near Shrewsbury. Look at those. In fact, let me pause on that. Just take it back a little bit. Look at that flight pattern. Is that doing observations over people? Because that's what it looks like to me. I can't see any reasonable reason that that plane would be doing those manoeuvres. There's a plane going from Doha to Washington, despite lockdown. London to Chicago, London to Miami, London to Toronto. I think that's one of the medical helicopters, possibly, I don't know. But there's lots of helicopters up. They show up more because there's less traffic. London, Chicago, or Chicago. Helicopter from Gloucester. Look at the pattern that one's doing there. Pause it again. What's that doing? Spotting out for people. They've certainly got eyes in the skies here. Is this essential travel that this plane's doing? Now this one, look at that. Is that chemtrailing? What's it doing? It's got no takeoff. There's no register of where that's taken off from. There's no register of where it's going to land. It's coming from somewhere over the east side of London, and it's just doing those strange manoeuvres over Southampton, Bournemouth, Salisbury. I don't understand what that's doing, do you? Lots of suspicious activity in the air at the moment, guys. Lots of flights that, as far as I'm concerned, if we're not allowed to travel except for shopping and exercise, well, what are all these flights doing? Another one, Doha to London. What's going on? The police are asking for more powers, even though they've been given ridiculous powers already. Look at this one. Look at that. Now, what is that doing? These flight paths are... And that took off from Liverpool and went all the way down there. This over London. This is obviously looking at people in the streets in London. It's only at 2,000 feet. Essential travel. This one has no flight path. No record of where it's been and where it's going. There's lots going on at the moment, guys. There really is. Strange patterns on these. But you're not allowed out of your house. I wish people would ask more questions about this. I know some people are, lots of people are, but not enough. Nowhere near enough.